Alright, so basically I'm running this game on a HP EliteBook 6930p, not the best thing in the world to be playing a game on, but I'm playing in full screen, 680 by 400, low res settings, all but anti-aliasing off. And basically, the weird thing is, most of the stuff, me and Iceblade, well, I've heard that most of this stuff has kind of been, like, made aware, but as you can see here and here, there's kind of, on this graphics card, there's pretty poor distance rendering. Not sure if that's the fault of the graphics card, but again, you guys have been working really hard, and I admire how much you've been working. I honestly think you guys should actually take a break, because some of the people on the forums are complaining way too much for what they've gotten. You guys released an INTC support patch in less than a month of the game's release. That's pretty impressive by all standards. I know some game devs at other companies wouldn't even think of doing that. They'd say, you know what, if you don't have the hardware, go buy the hardware. Can't play the game, too bad. But you guys, dev companies like you are what make games good and what make games very enjoyable for other players. It's companies like you and Zombie that really should be highly recognized over everyone else. I don't think a game should be based on the quality of how it is. I think it should be based on the dev team behind it. That's how games should be rated. But anyways, down to the main point of why I'm making this. You can see here, this is a bit of an issue. High reflectivity from this right here. You'll see over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well, but there are some little dots over here. I'll also be sending some screenshots. There's the distance rendering issue again. There's some more of the white dots. The white dots, oh, there's some yellow dots as well. These weird groupings of dots, I'm not exactly sure what they're called or what they're caused by, but they seem to group around the higher quality effects. Yeah, I see there's some more up there along with the distance rendering. But they seem to group around higher quality effects and replace them. I noticed when I was playing on high-res settings, I'd be recording this in high-res, but with fraps, my computer wouldn't really support that very well with frame rate. So I'm playing it in low-res and low quality. But, and I haven't really done much gameplay in low-res due to the issues, but, and anyways, so, water and the lava, anything that you're driving the boat on, is completely invisible, and there are a lot of dot groupings around there, and that also causes a bunch of issues. There is one spot in particular where I've been successful in seeing the after trail boost. I'll go there right now so you guys can see. It's on Roulette Road. These are the tracks, the classic tracks, are the tracks I have the best luck with so far. By the way, love the Metal Sonic patch, or the DLC. I bought it immediately as soon as it was released. I know my username's Robert the Hedgehog and I'm being a hypocrite by playing as Metal Sonic, but hey, is my profile picture not a picture of Sonic going haters gonna hate? Sorry, I'm rambling. Anyways, yeah, long story short, I'm a bit of a crazed Sonic fan. Big surprise. But, basically, you'll see I'm not gonna try and really win, but it's right with those boost things. I missed them. Sorry, I'll just restart. Please pardon my atrocious gameplay and control, as I'm more of a controller person unless I'm playing. It all depends on the game, really. But you can see, like the after trail boost, there's a bunch of colored dot groupings varying colors depending on what boost level. Yeah, there's the boost. It's at that spot where I can see the boost. Nowhere else it appears visible. And then, so, that's that out of the way. So I'm not sure what it is, but water is the main problem. I keep hearing a lot of problems with especially Samba Studio just because of, well, I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's all the water that has to be rendered. And then Carrier Zone. Carrier Zone is also a bit of a problem. I'm not gonna play through Samba Studio right now. I might, but I'm not sure. I don't know if my computer can take it, because this thing's been going for about 7 years. Oh no, no tokens. Yeah, so you can see through some of the ship right here. That's a bit of a transparency issue. Yeah, and then there's no water texture at all. None. It's just blank and transparent. It's non-existent. So you can see through some more of the ship there. Spotted textures there. See through more of the ship there.
Get ready.
I'm really hoping this recording's working, because if it's not, that's going to be pretty sad. But yeah, so there are some issues with this. I heard of one thing that was an issue with a ring race here, because you'll see in a second you can't really see the rings effect. Even though I'm not playing a ring race, I've noticed that the rings are very similar in comparison to the transform rings right here, which are noticeably, well, almost unnoticeable. So, but due to the nature of it, I think they're 2D, but don't quote me on that. It's just because of the way I'm perceiving them. I know for a fact that the boost effects are 3D, because I can definitely see around them, and I like the effects that you've done with them. It's really cool, even though you can't really see them here, because they're pretty much invisible. But I play this game on my stepdad's 8-core. I know I really shouldn't be bugging about the game if my stepdad has an 8-core, but, you know, I figured, you know what, I like to play my games on my computer, regardless of how well they run. I like to play on the 8-core sometimes, though, just for purely enjoyment purposes and speed runs. But also I figure, as someone of a higher technical knowledge than a lot of the people I know, and probably some of the people on the forums, I figure, you know, there aren't a lot of people who have Radeon 3000 graphics card nowadays, so with me having a Radeon 3000 series graphics card, the 3450, I figured, you know, why not help out and see if there's anything I can do to fix the issues. I actually thought that was a general issue, all the issues I'd been having, until Iceblade contacted me on the forums and said those sound like normal issues. So yeah, and we've been doing a little bit of work on these for the past 2-3 days, depending on, well, we started working on them like 5 o'clock the day the patch came out. So, but from what we understand so far, it's just an issue with the 3000 series. I've already emailed, or I posted a ticket for ATI asking, you know, I'm working on this issue for Sumo with another dev. Can you guys send over a download for the 10.1 patch, just because of the changes in the alpha transparency? And I explained to them sort of what the issue was, and hopefully they respond. But again, AMD is not exactly famous for their generous and reliable tech support. So, oh yeah, why am I still playing this? Anyways, so yeah, those are some of the issues with that. some more of the issues that I'm not sure if you guys know about, but I'm fairly certain is the with the tornadoes and some of the other weapons. With the tornado particularly, there's a lot of the cool wind effects that you have kind of as the majority base for the tornado, and then there's that spiral, that kind of flat texture spiral that goes around it, that spins. The wind effects are missing, and it's just the flat textured spiral. So that's missing that. I haven't really tried too many other tracks, but this one in particular strikes me as odd. This is an interesting bug right here, and I'm not sure if everyone's having this, but I found this really interesting, and at 10 o'clock at night, it's kind of a real eyesore. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, that's the track.
Get ready.
So,
3,
yeah.
2, 1, go.
And this is the entire track. Like, I was hoping it would just be a portion of the track, but I played through most of this, and you can see that there's also some transparency through some of the track. Though I think that's kind of normal due to the fact that the track is mostly partially transparent. But, again, not sure if you guys know about that, but just thought I'd bring it up just because it seemed interesting. But, anyways, back to the white dots. They kind of originate around very high, like, the really high quality effects, like the trail boost, or the trail effect for the boost, sorry. Metal Sonic's All-Star, the bubble shield, I've only had one place where I had luck with that. Where was it? Oh, Sunshine Tour, I had some luck with that. It was right kind of along that bridge track where you transfer between the realms, I guess they are. I'm not very familiar with the Samba de Amigo series, so don't quote me on the information on that. But anyways, so after that I had luck with it, but again, I hadn't tried it for the entire track, as the All-Stars don't last the entire track. And they're not that common, so I can't really do very many controlled tests without spending hours and hours on end. With your QA guys, I imagine you can just go into console externally and boot up the All-Star animation for the characters, queue it up into the item slot, and set a designated time for it and run the entire track with it. But again, I'm not a dev, so I don't know too much. But yeah, I really feel bad for you guys. You guys have been working really hard on this, and some of the people on the forums are just completely bombing you guys, which I think is totally unfair. You guys are by far my favorite dev studio so far. The work you put into this game is amazing. But, so basically I've been testing the tracks that require some high quality effects. The next two tracks I think I'm going to test are this. So actually this looks okay. I think I'm probably just going to do a quick run through, just because, well, I don't know. I'll probably run through this later. But so far it seems okay. I'll let you know what happens with this. And then the other one I wanted to test, because that one looks like a really kind of high effect usage one, is the Billy Hatcher track, wherever that is. I have no idea. I'm just blind. Oh, yeah, there it is, Chili Castle. I'll test that later. And I'll let you know how those go. But I've also got a bunch of screenshots that I've taken, just for you guys to review those. Especially of the Actually, you know what? I'll give you a good idea of what the Samba Studios one is actually. Sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. I don't normally do a lot of videos, and this is just kind of on the spot, so I didn't really come prepared for this. But I guess I should have prepared. But, yeah, as you can see, there are some weird effects with the shading, but I know you guys have already received some shader effect reports how the INTZ patch has got a bit of buggy shading. But again, not a big deal, no major inhibitor on gameplay. But, yeah, well, so far no lag, it's not crashing, that's a good sign. But, yeah. Alright, one sec, I'm actually just gonna check to make sure. Alright, hey guys, sorry, I, perhaps stopped recording when I alt-tabbed out, but I realized my dumb mistake. I wasn't actually playing the Samba Studio track, I was playing the Sunshine Tour track. So, that was a bit of a dumb mistake on my part. I'm sorry about that, but anyways, not going into World Tour. I don't know what I'm doing. Go home, me. I'm drunk. Samba Studio. So, this one, I've seen a few kind of, you know, this track really lags. I've also heard some reports about BD Joe being bad, like him causing severe frame rate drops. Yeah, I suppose I'll try him. But, yeah, hopefully this doesn't, like, super lag my computer. But, yeah, as you can see here, this part's a little fun. This part is fine. Here you can see there's no water, some blue dots over here. Some more dots over here. This part's fine. A little bit of transparency with that sign. Some yellow dots flickering in here, but that's only because of what's behind that door. You'll see in a second. This is fine. A little bit of dots over top of the boost pad sometimes. A little bit of shading errors there. Inverse shading in this area. You'll see what I mean in a second. So, this part's fine as well. Here it is. Here's the non-existent lava, and here's all the yellow dots. And then this part's fine. So, hopefully BD Joe doesn't cause me too much frame drop. Yeah, there's the inverse shading with the lighting being under the car and the shading being around it. There it is again. Pickups like this work fine. There's a little bit of dots flickering on the inside of the glove, but you can see those. If this goes up on my YouTube channel, and I link it for you guys to watch, which it probably will, I'll point some annotations out towards the dots that are kind of harder to see. Yeah, here's the frame rate drop for BD Joe. Now I'm definitely seeing it. That was bad. Yeah, he's like covered in white dots. Yeah, wow, I better stop recording as BD Joe before my computer crashes. Wow, and that's on low res with anti-aliasing on. Everything else is off, it's all on low. But wow, that's some hardcore lag. So that's with, I'm not sure if that's using a Radeon 3000 series graphic card. I'll have to contact that guy, see what his kit is. But, yeah, again, really admire the work you guys have done. Let's see what Chili Castle looks like, actually. I really want to see that. That's really intriguing me.
castle. Choose your speed class.
Alright, not
Character select.
picking BD Joe because I don't want my computer to explode. Oh, stop hardcore lagging. Bad computer. Control FU.
Metal Sonic.
Much better. Oh, much worse.
Genesis Mod.
Grr. Hopefully this loading screen fixes it. Oh, Sonic 06. Alright, hey, sorry guys. So, turns out, my hard drive ran out of space. So, I should probably wrap this up quickly before, at the rate which this is escalating, my hard drive will either A, corrupt, or B, explode. Neither of which are good things.
Sonic and All-Stars Racing transform.
So, basically, oh yeah, the network error thing, just ignore that. My dad shuts off the internet at 10 o'clock at night and starts it back up at 9 in the morning so that I'm not on the internet all night, which is kind of smart. But, anyways, so I played through Chili Castle. No major issues, a few weird transparency things. I imagine those are just shader issues. Yeah, so nothing really major, but just basically like some of the effects. Oh yeah, I played through Outrun Bay. The boosts were invisible in Outrun Bay. Still same water issue in Outrun Bay. But yeah, and then there are some of the issues with the items, like the snowball is basically just a sphere with a blank texture that's reflective. It's missing kind of the rough snow-like texture that makes it look like a snowball, and the trail coming off of it is just some of those dots that are white, kind of like the boost trail effect dots, but more spaced out in groupings. And I also noticed that because I'm kind of like a novice character model artist, and I work with Blender, I've noticed that because the white dots and the other color dots are like in square groupings, as you can see here, they tend to generate in square groupings. Some of them like glitch into the mesh, so not sure what's going on there, whether it's a texture issue, a rendering issue, or whether it's the alpha transparency on the card, which me and Iceblade believes that it's the alpha transparency. So hopefully we can get the 10.1 driver for catalyst control from ATI, assuming they respond to my email, which is entirely possible that they will and entirely possible that they won't, because they don't really have a good track record for customer service, as I mentioned before. But yeah, so hopefully we can get this issue sorted out quickly. And if you guys have any information on like what those dots are or any things we can try, just contact me at robertltf@gmail.com, all lowercase letters. I also friended SOL on Steam, but I'm also a friend of Iceblade, which I know is one of SOL's friends, so you can find me through him. And yeah, so hopefully this gets resolved eventually. If you need anything further from me, just let me know. And yeah, have a good night, guys.